It's time. We haven't done one of these in a while. I know you're stunned. I am also stunned. I was living under the impression, up until this point, operating this channel, which is obviously an incredibly serious and well-researched channel, that I'd never said anything wrong in my entire life. Not just on this channel, but literally in my entire life, that I had never said or done anything that was anything other than 100% perfect and accurate. Unfortunately, we live in uncertain times. And in those uncertain times, unfortunate things happen that are unfortunate. And one of those unfortunate things is me, apparently, allegedly, according to conjecture and rumor, potentially uttering something wrong. This is, of course, going to come as a shock, because I know that you also live in a world where I have literally never done any wrong. But I think full disclosure and honesty is very important. And so I don't want you to live in that. I want you to return to that illusion right after this moment. I said something wrong. That one thing was that I thought Harry Maguire was left-footed. I have no idea why. I've watched the man play 100 times. I always thought he was left-footed. I mean, he plays on the left most of the time. Maybe that was it. Maybe the first time I watched him, I saw him make a good pass with his left foot, and I was like, well, I guess he's left-footed, and I just never thought about it ever since. I'd never signed him on Football Manager. I'd never done this or that. I thought that Harold Maguire III was left-footed. Now, obviously, I feel as though this does discredit everything I've ever said. And as for where I go from here, the only direction to go is up. Because if I don't know what footedness Slabadonna is using, I don't even know myself. I mean, I don't even recognize the back of my hand. But honestly, who actually spends the amount of time looking? I don't spend that much time looking at the back of my hand. It looks foreign, unfamiliar. I think maybe the brain rot has finally gotten to me too, and I'm going to skibbity-gyat my way into internet oblivion. Maybe then I'll just play Oblivion Remastered, and life will be good. I'm sorry that you had to find out like this. If you didn't watch the video I made about Manchester United's incredible win against Bilbao, its stunning win against Bilbao, led by Slabadonna once again. But I needed you to know. And I think that this does highlight, State of the Union aura aside, the point of this channel. We hadn't really discussed that in a while, and I think it's good to always come back to that every once in a blue moon. Maybe it's because so many of my takes are just so unbelievably brilliant that you're stunned when perhaps one of them is incredibly terrible. But the point of this channel is for me to do as much research as any normal human being does before they talk about something, and then talk about it. It was created as a hobby, basically, some sort of passion project that kind of immediately blew up. I didn't anticipate that. I've gotten more comfortable with that, and I feel like I have improved in terms of expressing myself over the course of these videos. But yeah, the idea behind this channel was always not to spend too much time on it. I know that's weird, but I'm not exactly a time-rich person. Right. Now, I'm not Zealand. Obviously, I'm Zealandism, a completely different person. But I have a whole other career outside of this channel. And so I don't have 5 hours every single day to sit down and research to the ends of the earth every single thing that I'm going to discuss on this particular channel on this particular day. I really just come across something I find interesting. Somebody tells me about it. You know, when we're grabbing lunch, I read about it. You know, from The Athletic, CBS Sports app. I see it on Twitter, Instagram, you know, however else anybody finds out about information, and I sit down and I talk about it. And unfortunately, I am a mere man. And so I fall into the same random pitfalls that everybody else falls into, where I will just say something that is objectively not true, like the fact that I thought Harry Maguire was left-footed for some reason, or I'll say something that is subjectively dumb and you disagree with. But on the bright side, I probably have better takes than your barber or your Uber driver or something, because that's generally what's happening here. And I do read the comments on this channel, not all the time. All right, sometimes I'm binge watching a show and eating 3 pints of ice cream and chocolate turtles, or sometimes maybe I'm going for a run or something somewhere in between. Right, but honestly, let's be very honest. I'm doing one of those two things. In other times, maybe I'll be able to read every single comment that's left on a video, and I like to think of it more as a conversation. This is a State of the Zealandism video, and I do enjoy the back and forth of maybe I say something that you didn't know or you hadn't thought about it the way that I mentioned it, but then you'll leave a comment and you'll say, "Oh, did you know this?" or "Did you think about this?" or "What you said was wrong. It's actually this." And I'll just go, "Oh." It's kind of, I'm not, like, my videos on this channel, right? They're not a statement of definitive fact. And as I transition out of the kind of joking tone that I had earlier in this video, even though this video is obviously a joke and a State of the Zealandism, the videos I release are not a statement of fact. They're just talking about stuff. I'm only going to make a video about something, and if I want to talk about it, or if I find it interesting and I want to share it with you guys, because you'll also find it interesting. And if I don't find it interesting and I don't want to talk about it, then I'm just not going to make a video about it. Right? But if all of those things kind of come together and I want to make a video about something, then boom, that video comes out. And I'll tell you, Harry Maguire's left-footed. Maybe Bilbao actually won the game. I don't know. If you're ever using Zealandism in these videos as the paragon of journalism, which this is not, or the paragon of virtue and factual correctness, it's not. I mean, I try to be right. I'm not intentionally trying to be wrong. I'm just wrong as much as other people are, right? Maybe I have better sports takes. Maybe it's just the forehead. Maybe it's my raw sex appeal that keeps you guys coming back for more. Honest truth is, I don't know. Right? There isn't a whole lot of science that goes in behind these videos other than the 10 years it takes to create each one of our meticulously crafted thumbnails here. But I did get something wrong. And I'm using it as an opportunity to let you know that it is not the last time that I'm going to say something wrong in a video. And I don't mind you calling me out. But if you do want to leave a comment saying, "Damn, bro, you look good today," I'll probably also see that. And I'll be feeling extra funky fly when I'm boogieing my way down the street in New York. You don't just have to comment mean things about stuff that I forgot. Although it's not mean to bring up something that I forgot. It's just mean to say that my forehead's not big enough, or that, my riz isn't rizzing, or my gyat isn't gyatting. Although we don't get a lot of Zealand, dump truck on these videos, probably because I'm Zealandism, but you get the general idea. So the State of the Zealandism is actually pretty good. I haven't had to make one of these in a while where I got something so obviously wrong that I felt the need to address it. It was kind of an offhand comment where I mentioned that Maguire's pass with his right foot was really good for a left-footed player, but I was just really embarrassed. How is that possible? Like, how is it possible to watch somebody so much and not realize what foot is their dominant foot? Is that just a testament to how awkward Harry Maguire is when he moves around? Is it just a testament to how blind I am? Or is it just a testament to the fact that, like, basically everybody on the planet has these little gaps in their knowledge, and unless they make a channel like this one and then just say all of this stuff to other people, they don't find those gaps in their knowledge, and there's people that go to their grave thinking that Harry Maguire is a left-footed player? I think that's unacceptable as a society. Slabadonna is the new Messi, and people need to I'm getting distracted. Point is, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching these videos. And I hope that you realize this is always kind of just a conversation between a couple of people, and nothing more, nothing less. Well, I don't know what less it could be. Maybe Light conversation, pleasantries, small talk.